Hello everyone. Getting everything all situated. Got to make sure my power's on. Well, my power's on. I got to make sure that my phone is plugged in so we don't lose power. All right. We are getting there. We are getting there. Oh, it's a little crooked. It's okay though. Let's see. That's pretty good. Could be better though, couldn't it? I think that's about as good as it's gonna go. All right. All right. We are getting all ready for tonight's Facebook Live. If you guys are joining me tonight, I would absolutely love if you could drop a quick comment just to say hello. We, of course, have a fantastic giveaway that is going on tonight. I promise more details with the giveaway will be dropped later on during the live. But in order to enter the giveaway, you are going to want to comment and participate during tonight's Facebook Live, and we will draw a winner from those who have commented. So yeah, we've got like 4 different items going into tonight's prize pack. And if you guys are a part of the event that I created, I already gave a sneak peek for 2 of the prizes, but of course we've got 2 more. So hello everyone. Hello. We've got Julia as my wonderful moderator. She's always so fantastic. Everyone say hello to Julia. She's interacting with the ThermOWeb account today. And we've got my buddy Audra. Hello, lady. We've got Barbara. Hi, Barbara from Vermont. We've got Deborah from Atlanta. Cheryl from New Hampshire. Hello. And we've got Kelly. We've got Dawn from Illinois. Dawn, of course, I'm from Illinois as well. So we're having some lovely fall weather in the Midwest this week. I would definitely take it. And Lauren. Hello, Lauren. I got so lucky. Lauren lives in California, and we had the opportunity to craft together this weekend for a crafty retreat, and I had a great time. Lauren, just so you know, without giving away too much information, I did finish the coloring. So there you go. Hello, Jilly. I'm so glad you can join us. I know there was a little bit of a confusion in terms of when we would start. Hello, Carletta. And we've got Barbara. And of course, Lauren again. And then, oh, you guys are so wonderful. Yes, Kelly, I know you're right in Minnesota. We, of course, are Facebook friends, so I know where you're at, girl. So thanks so much for joining. Evidence. Lauren needs evidence. We'll see about that. So, all right, y'all. So we're starting off to a really good start today. So I want to go ahead and I'm going to show you guys, of course, the card that we're going to be creating tonight. And, oh, Terry, I'm so sorry about what's going on in Florida. Our thoughts over here at ThermOWeb and with me are with you all during this time. I know it's really troublesome over there with everything going on with Hurricane Ian. I hope that everyone has access to some safety during these times. It's always a little bit a little crazy. So I wish you guys all the best during this time. Jilly, oh my gosh, from the hospital. I'm glad you could join on. You know, maybe I hope that we're at least giving you a little bit of cheer today. So I want to go ahead, give you guys a little bit of a closer look at the card that we're going to be creating tonight. So I have this really fun trick-or-treat card planned. And I know that this is a ThermOWeb Facebook Live, but I am going to warn you in advance. I do have a very, very short and sweet segment reserved for this live to fanboy just a little bit over the newest Lawn Fawn release, which you will see splattered all over this card. But we've got a lot of love going on. We've got a lot of glitter, and I'm really excited tonight because I am going to be sharing with you guys one of my absolute favorite things to do with crafting when it comes to the Glitz glitter gels, and really one of my favorite techniques overall. And it's something that I've had in my back pocket for quite some time. And I'll get into that a little bit later, but you're going to see me doing a little bit of that. I'm really also excited to be sharing some gold glitter dust spray with you guys tonight. You're going to see how that's going to really add some fun glitter to our project. It's all shimmery and shiny, and who doesn't need something like that for Halloween? So, all right, let me just check. Yes, Kelly loves Halloween. Me too, absolutely. And I hope that your cousin and her hubby are on their way to safety. So that's good news, Kelly. And then, Deborah's got candy corn. And in the month of September, you're my kind of friend, Deborah. And then, oh gosh, Cheryl, thank you so much. It's absolutely an adorable card. So why don't we get into some crafting? What I want to start with is I do want to just start kind of getting the pieces put together. I've already got my die cutting and my coloring coloring done. So I don't necessarily think tonight's card is going to take as long as some of the cards that I've created in the past. Good news for all of us, but I mean, we'll just have some fun along the way. So what I want to go ahead and do is I want to start with some of our Glitz glitter gel for the background. And what we are starting with is a simple A2 sized piece of black cardstock. Any black cardstock will do. I do want to let you guys know one of my tips and tricks when working with any sort of medium paste like the Glitz glitter gel or just something a little bit different that you're pasting on top of your paper. I am a firm believer that a heavier weighted paper is going to be your friend in these scenarios. When you are adding weight onto these paper, it does have a tendency to maybe warp a little bit or become a little like heavier in ways that the paper could possibly become a little on the flimsier and delicate side. So I am using, gosh, I think this is the Gina K Designs Black Onyx cardstock. Her cardstock comes in a wonderful weight. I believe this is about 110 pounds. It's got a real nice weight to it, and that's what I like to use when I'm using my Glitz glitter gels. So, all right. Hello, Julissa. Oh my gosh, friend. It's always so lovely to see you, and you're so wonderful about joining us on our Facebook Live. So I hope you're having a wonderful evening. We all kind of gave a little bit of introduction as to where we're from, and I believe Julissa is in New Jersey, so she is one of our East Coast friends. And Deborah agrees, heavy cardstock is necessary. I use it for a lot of my stuff too, and I know that heavier cardstock is something that is a little bit of an expense in your craft room, but it is an investment that I do think 90% of the time is very worth it. So let's go ahead, let's get into a little bit of crafting. And of course, as you guys craft along with me and watch, ask your questions. I will get to them as soon as I possibly can. But what we're gonna go ahead and start with is I am gonna show you guys how I do use this glitter dust. And this is in the gold. And if you guys guessed, or if you were in the event group, this is the first item that is going to be included in tonight's prize pack that we'll be pulling from one of our winners. But what's really special is the glitter dust actually comes in 3 different colors. So I'm going to be using the gold tonight. I'm going to explain why I'm using the gold in a little bit. But we do have it in silver, and we have an iridescent as well. So the winner of tonight's prize pack is going to get to select which color they would like. But let's go ahead. What I'm going to start with is I am actually going to shake this can, and we're going to just spray on top of this black cardstock. So what we're going to go ahead and do, I'm going to kind of tilt it a little bit. And you are going to want to do this in a well-ventilated space. What you guys cannot see is that I do have my windows open right now. So that's definitely going to be a little helpful because you are going to get some of those fumes from the spray. But what you get is a really fantastic sort of gold glitter mist that goes all over this paper, and I love the way that it sets on there. It adds for some really fun detail. Absolutely beautiful. I'm trying to make sure that with the light, I'm trying to tilt the card panel so you guys can see how all those little bits of glitter get on there. And then also as well, you can see I didn't really spray too much to get a nice cover. Of course, the more glitter that you spray, the more concentrated that glitter is going to become. And you're also going to slightly start to change the texture of that paper, which is absolutely fine if that's what you're going for. This is going to be a fantastic way to glitter paper before die cutting it, or hey, do it in reverse, die cut the paper and then glitter it. You don't got to worry about then if the glitter would get on your die cuts at all, but I don't necessarily know if that would be a problem. Oh, you guys are so sweet. Oh, and we've got Barbara from Chicago. Oh, you guys are wonderful. Oh, you guys haven't seen the glitter dust yet. Yes, this is absolutely awesome. I'm going to set this off to the side. Let me show you guys the 3 different cans just so you know what you're looking for. So we do have that gold, and then we have the silver, and we have the iridescent. And I need to break into these because I was actually going to swatch these for you guys, and I didn't get to it yet. But what's really nice is the cap does give you a little sneak peek as to what that glitter is going to look like. And what kind of looks like with this iridescent glitter, it looks like there's a multicoloredness going on to it. So that could be something really interesting to use with your crafting as well. But we're going to say goodbye to the glitter dust. That's all we needed it for tonight's live. And we're going to get into one of my other ThermOWeb loves, and that is Pixie Spray. If you guys have not yet invested in at least one spray can of Pixie Spray, I am just going to say, add this with your next order. It's absolutely a must. And I believe it's like $10.99 a can. So it's going to definitely help you get your way to that $50 in free shipping. So what we're gonna go ahead and do, I've got my can of my Pixie Spray, and this is a light tack spray that to add a little bit of grip to your stencils. And so what I've done, the stencil, of course, you guys probably don't know what I'm using. This is the Woodgrain stencil by Pretty Pink Posh. And what I really like about this stencil is I'm actually kind of going for more of a spiderweb look, but I didn't really have a spiderweb stencil that I loved. But what I really loved is I thought that the colors that I'm using for my glitz, I thought that this Woodgrain stencil was going to work really, really well for that. So what we're gonna go ahead and do, we're gonna do a light spray. You don't have to do too much, just enough so it grips the paper. I'm gonna let this set for a minute or so. 30 seconds to a minute is about all you need. Let me take this time while it's setting to just catch up on a couple comments. And thank you so much. So Julia did share a link to our glitter dust spray. If you guys love that gold spray I use, we've actually got a blog post for today's live, and I've got that gold glitter spray linked in there, so you can definitely shop through the blog post as well. And you guys love the Pixie Spray. It doesn't warp the paper, can keep, yep. All right, I do. I love this Pixie Spray. It's absolutely fantastic. So what I'm doing is, if you guys noticed, I did have a piece of paper in here that I am going to take out. And what I'm going to go ahead and do is I'm going to take that gold and black paper that we sprayed earlier, and I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to lay this Woodgrain stencil right on top. Now, if you guys clicked over to the link for tonight's blog post for this project, you already know what color Glitz gel that I used. And this is the secret that I was kind of teasing you with a little bit earlier about one of my favorite things of crafting. So we are using the black Glitz glitter gel. And you're like, well, Justin, you already have black paper. Why would you be doing black Glitz on top of black paper? And if you ask that, my friend, I do have an explanation. One of my absolute favorite ways to use the Glitz glitter gels is a tone-on-tone effect. So using it on a similar color background, because it's still going to maintain that glitteriness, but it's almost like you're using like a glittery matte paste instead of like you're really going to notice it if you used a different color. So we're gonna get a really super awesome effect by putting this black Glitz glitter gel on top of this golden black cardstock. And of course, after we apply this Glitz glitter gel, we're going to also have, from the areas where it's not applied, that beautiful gold glitter dust spray is going to peek through. So that is one of my favorite tips to share with you guys. I remember the very first time that I used this, it was about 3 years ago. I remember I made a card with an alien on it, and I did do that black on black effect with kind of like a spiral stencil, and I just adored the way that it turned out. And ever since then, it's like, you know what, Justin, tone on tone, don't be afraid to do it. So I encourage you all, if you do have any of your Glitz glitter gels, make sure that you use it. And this black Glitz glitter gel is product number 2 that is going to be included in tonight's giveaway. We're not doing a choice of color, but the winner of tonight's live will get this. And as I'm going through and making sure that I'm using my stencil pal to get a nice even layer, I wanted to talk to you guys a little bit about what is coming up this Saturday. So those of us who consider ourselves card makers may be familiar that every year, the first Saturday of the month of October is National Card Making Day. Now, because it lends itself to the name National, I don't necessarily know if this is like an international craft outside of the United States, but what I will say is I saw Heffy Doodle share about it earlier today, and I know they're based in the UK, so I'm going to go ahead and say this is a worldwide crafting holiday. So let's go ahead. We're going to remove our stencil. You know, we're going to take a quick segment to look and gawk at how beautiful this is. Let me go ahead, and I've got a tub of water to put my stencil and my tools in. We're going to go ahead and we're going to look at how much we love this. So look, you've got this really fun dimension. And even though you can see that wood grain effect, it does give the illusion, because of some of these lines in between, that it is almost like a spider web as well. So I love it. It's super, super Wonderful. And then, okay, Barbara says, I got to get that gel spreading tool. What is it called, please? It's our Stencil Pal. It is on the ThermOWeb website. Our Stencil Pals do come in a 2-pack. So for, I think it's $4.99, you get 2 of them, which is a great number to have in your craft stash. So I definitely recommend that. It's an easy thing to sneak into your cart on your next purchase, I promise. All right, I'm gonna set aside that panel to dry. And I think everything is about clean. All right. I'm going to go ahead, let's put, you know what, let me grab my card just for a second, and I'm going to start prepping what the next portion is. So a little bit back to the National Card Making Day. We are doing a very, very special Facebook Live with, of course, yours truly, this upcoming Saturday at 1 p.m. Central Time. We've partnered with our friends over at Copic Paper for that Facebook Live, and they have donated some fantastic goodies that we are going to be including in the prize pack for National Card Making Day. So be sure to join me on Saturday. Like I said, 1 p.m. Central Time. So of course, East Coast, 2 p.m. Mountain Time, 12 p.m. And then our friends on the East or the West Coast, so the Pacific Ocean side, that's going to be about 11 a.m. for you. And you're going to see me go live. I'm going to be creating a really fun Halloween card with y'all using some Photoplay products. And then of course, we've got a live for a giveaway for you as well. So let's go ahead. Next, what I want to work on is this toner foiled background. So what I've gone ahead and done is I do have this zebra print pattern from the Wild Things Toner Card Front Pack. And I also wanted to use the Carrot Orange Deco Foil by Laura Kelly. So we're going to go ahead. We're going to get that all prepped. I've got my laminator all preheated. Also wanted to go ahead. Let's see. Oh, we have so many people that are having so much fun with that tone-on-tone effect, and a lot of people backing up that Stencil Pal. And then, yep, Julia says she's always misplacing hers. Jilly says, is that similar to Deco Dual? That Glitz Glitter Gel, Jilly, is an entirely different product. It's not designed to work for foil transferring. It's solely as a glittery paste. It's a great addition to add to your craft stash. We have a lot of colors. We have, probably at least about 14 or so different colors, possibly a little bit more. There's a couple Rena K colors in there, but it's a really fun item to start small and to begin adding to your stash. All right, who else we got? How long does it take to dry? If we're talking about that Glitz Glitter Gel, let's pause for a second. We'll talk about drying. That's a really important question. Thank you for asking, Cheryl. That Glitz Glitter Gel, it is to be determined how long it's going to dry. And you're going to be like, Justin, that doesn't really help me. You are going to have, depending on what stencil you're using it and how large of the images you have, that is going to dictate how long it is to dry. The smaller the pieces that you are glitzing through your stencil, the quicker it'll dry. I'm going to anticipate what I just created is going to take probably a good half hour or so to fully dry, but I usually work in advance that I will set it off to the side and come back to it later. But the bigger the image, the more time you're going to allot for. So this is my recommendation for it, and I did hear this tip in the past. Something that you can do to see if your Glitz Glitter Gel is dry prior to you actually touching the Glitz Glitter Gel to see it is you can pick up the paper and you can feel the back of it. If the back of the paper still feels cool or slightly damp, that means your gel is not dry yet. However, if it just feels like normal paper, that most likely means you are good to go. So I hope that tip will help when you use the Glitz Gel in the future. And yes, Barbara, we've got another Facebook Live coming your way on Saturday. You get a double dose of Justin this week, and I hope you guys are excited about it just like I am because we're having some witchy fun with it. So, all right, Kelly loves Photoplay too. And you know what? If you can sneak in, Kelly, no big deal. We're, of course, going to have the replay available for you. You never know what might be available to our viewers after the fact too. So Jilly asked how long to dry as well. Jilly, I hope that question that I just answered as well for Barbara helps you out. So let's go ahead. We're going to take out a piece of the Carrot Orange Deco Foil. And we're just going to take one piece. And I'm going to set this off to the side. What I am going to do is I do have a purple craft towel that I am using. I am just going to go ahead really quickly, lightly, kind of, I don't want to call it dust, but kind of wipe off my panel because I don't want any of the residue from the oils on my finger to affect any sort of transfer of the foil. So let's go ahead. We're going to wipe this off as well. Like I'm saying, really gently. We're going to go ahead, take this, place it face down like that. I'm also going to grab my rotary trimmer. Now, mind you, this is like one of those mats that are like self-healing. They don't do as well with these rotary trimmers because I do have to like apply more pressure. See? Which is really disappointing, but darn it, Justin. Remember, you guys were always like so amazed, and as was I, whenever I would use the rotary trimmer on the glass mat, but it doesn't like this mat as much, and that's a little disappointing. But that's okay, we're getting through it. All right, I do have one of my craft carrier sheets, so what I'm gonna go ahead and do, let's go ahead and pick this up. Kind of taking into account where those lines are going. I'm seeing that they're running kind of, what do I call it? Like in portrait fashion, they're going from left to right. So I'm going to go ahead, make sure those lines are going to be parallel to the opening of my laminator, which means putting it in like that. Let's go ahead. We're gonna grab my laminator. This is the only thing that we're using it for tonight. All right, and we're transferring it through. We're gonna, cross our fingers that we're gonna get a really nice transfer with it. Da-da-da-da. You know, just a wee little bit of foiling tonight. Not too much, and I'll save this scrap for later. You can never go wrong with saving your foil scraps. So yes, talking about National Card Making Day, really hope that you guys are able to join me. It's going to be a lot of fun, a big giveaway, probably the largest giveaway that I've partaken in. So I hope that kind of gives you a little bit of an idea of what to expect. All right, before I turn that off, let's do our good old peel reveal. Ooh, you know what, you guys? I don't want to jinx myself, but I do want to show you. It looks like a pretty solid transfer right now. There's not a lot of ripples. So let's go ahead, do that peel reveal. And this is that zebra print from the Wild Things toner card front. And this is about an A+. I see a couple dots right there, which is not a big deal, but I can save this. I can transfer this to a toner sheet. I can use it for a shaker card if I wanted to. Ooh, you guys, this is a good transfer. I agree, Deborah. I think the zebra print is absolutely awesome. And Kelly, the reveals are always the most fun, whether you're peeling off a stencil for that glitz gel or if you're going ahead and using it for something else, absolutely. Julia, isn't it so good? I love these animal prints. They're absolutely awesome. All right, so this is just gonna act as the background of my card. I'm not gonna be doing this, but I did wanna give you guys a little bit of a heads up. This whole center region is getting covered up. So this is a really good opportunity if you guys wanted to kind of stretch your stash. You could cut a shape out from the center as long as it's like 3 3/4 inches or smaller in width. I think you guys would be good to go, and you would never know because you're just going to put this on a card base. But I will be covering it up, so it'll be fine. But I just wanted to let you guys know another way that you could use it. And then, all right. Oh, you guys are so kind. Jilly asks, what is the white toner? There actually isn't any white toner. The color of the toner sheets, the toner is printed onto white paper, but the toner is the black print that is on there, and that is what the foil will attach to. So the white part just stays white, but if you guys wanted to have a little bit of fun, you can ink blend over it. These toner sheets do blend with inks really well. You can use oxide inks, dye inks, strictly pigment inks I have not used before. Maybe if you guys have a scrap of foiled toner sheets in your like just extra area, you can try using pigment inks on there and seeing if you like it. But I will stand behind and vouch for Distress Oxide inks, which are a hybrid ink, and any sort of dye inks like Catherine Pooler, Gina K Designs, your Distress inks. Those are all going to blend absolutely beautiful onto these. So all right, so let's keep going. I think what I'm going to do next is let's work with this Trick or Treat die cut. So, okay, remember I said I had a little bit of our live dedicated to Lawn Fawn and their most recent release. And that being said, this Trick or Treat word die, I adore. When I knew that we were doing a trick or treat week, I just crossed my fingers that my shipment was going to get to me in enough time that I was going to be able to use it with y'all tonight. And look, my wish came true. So we're going to go ahead. We're going to get this all ink blended up. Now, I do want to talk about a little bit with the product that I am using. So what we're going to go ahead and use is we are using the white Latte flock transfer sheets by Deco Foil. That is what the outermost layer is. But you're like, but Justin, I do see a little bit of black. You would be correct. What that is I did stack this with 2 different die cuts of black cardstock just to give it a little extra heft. And so it's going to adhere nicely to my paper. So I do have that all ready to go. One thing, you guys, for tonight's giveaway, you aren't getting the white Latte flock, but what you are getting is the orange glow flock, which is another fantastic color for Halloween and just for fall. So the winner of tonight's live is going to get the 4-piece orange glow flock transfer sheet pack by Deco Foil. So that's going to be the 3rd of the 4 items included in tonight's prize pack. So keep commenting if you guys haven't stopped already. Let's pick up on a couple questions and grab a drink of water. Oh, you've got some fluorescent gels, Kelly. That sounds like a lot of fun. And I love their big dies. I never thought to blend over foil. Interesting, need to try. Absolutely, Cheryl. And I can vouch for that you can ink blend before or after you foiled. Me personally, I used to do it before, but now I do it after because I've realized you can. So that's a really fun thing to know too. Let's get into a little bit of ink blending. So I have 2 distress inks that I'm going to use because I want this to be kind of like candy corn, which is my whole kind of color palette inspiration. We're using squeezed lemonade and carved pumpkin. I do want to let you guys know I am very well aware that I didn't use like the correct pattern of the colors. You know what? I see like a very little hint of green. So let's go ahead. Let's change out this foam pad, just so I get more traditionally squeezed lemonade in there. And I'm just using my foam blender, kind of being gentle so I can create a fun ombre effect so that yellow kind of bleeds or blends into that white. And I'm really just focusing on that treat word. Not really focusing on the or too much. And then once I have everything kind of the way I want, I'm going to go back in and make it a little darker on the bottom just to get a nice blend going. All right, so we've got our treat pretty much in yellow. Let's work on that trick word. And we're going to go ahead and use carved pumpkin. Now, the reason that I changed out my foam pad, I do this from time to time because I have a large stash of them. There are some colors of your inks that are just really light and really easy to kind of get contaminated during ink blending. Usually the pads themselves don't get contaminated, but it's kind of easy for your tools to. So what I love about using these foam blending tools is that I'm able to kind of quickly change them out if I feel like there's a bit of contamination. Little bit of a spoiler, I can tell you guys the reason that I had a little bit of green on that squeezed lemonade is actually for the card I'm going to be making for Saturday's event, because I'm doing kind of a yellow to green blend just to give kind of a little bit of like a haunting glow to what I'm creating. So I think it's going to be a lot of fun. All right. Perfect. Awesome. Says trick or treat. So that's all done. So we're kind of in the end stages, if you guys can't believe it, of putting our card together. So this is a lot of fun. And let me catch up on a couple questions. We've got new to your videos. Love the tips and ideas. You're so sweet, Kathy. Welcome and so happy you found us. Lauren wants to know, did you just die cut into the transfer sheet? Yeah, that's all I do. I just die cut into it. What I do is I put my flock so the flock is face up. I put the die on top of it. You can use a little piece of a low-tack adhesive, like I use the Pixie tape, or because there's a little bit of grip to the flock, you kind of can get away sometimes with not having to use it. And then I put it through my die cutting machine. Being a little bit heads up, because flock is a pressure sensitive item, and that's kind of the way that some of the transfers work with flock. I do find that my flock does slightly compress a little bit more than fresh out of the packaging, but you still get that wonderful velvet feel to it that I know your recipient is just going to love, because it's an extra extra thing to touch and appreciate with your card. So you're still going to get a great flock effect. Don't worry if they get slightly compressed. Julissa, we're learning tricks so we could all make more treats. Yes, and then I'm going to show you guys kind of how the trick or treat comes to life on the card as well. Because if you look a little closer at the layout that I'm going to be doing, you're going to see why I position things the way that I did with the die. And you know what? I say that, but between all of us, it was kind of a little unintentional because I just liked the way it all looked. But okay, what I'm going to do next is, being completely honest, this is a panel of that black glitz gel on a gold glitter dust piece of black paper that I made in advance. So what I'm going to go ahead and do, because this one is dry, is I am going to go ahead and start trimming off the edges, because I want this to be 4 by 5 1/4 inches. So I'm just kind of going in, trimming the corners, making sure it's the size that I want it to be. Let's go ahead. So, okay, let's talk spooky for a second. So I'm incredibly jealous at the moment because tomorrow I am taking my mother to the airport and she is flying to Boston, and she's kind of part of like a work trip of sorts. And they're supposed to be having a day trip to Salem, Massachusetts. And I am just so incredibly jealous that I will not be there, because that is one of my travel bucket list items, is going to Salem in the month of October, because I just want to run amok, let me tell you. So, I love spooky season. So let's go ahead. I want to get this layered onto my panel. Yeah, we're going to go ahead. We're going to use a Tape Runner XL to do so. I kind of like using the Tape Runner XL when working with some of the toner sheets and foils, because I like the way that it grips onto the paper and adheres. Sometimes when you use any sort of a liquid adhesive on a very slick surface, it can kind of move around and kind of get a little gunky. So this is my kind of cheat so I don't have to deal with that. So let's go ahead. You know what? That's pretty good. You know what? For a first time down, I'm not going to complain. That's pretty good. All right, so which way do we want to do it? We're going to do it like that. All right, and then what I'm going to go ahead and do next is what I am going to use my paper for, or my liquid adhesive for, is adhering this trick or treat directly onto our panel. All right, let's see. We got some words. We got some comments. I'm missing a handful of comments. Salem is cool. Oh, you guys have been. I'm so jealous. So jealous. Ooh, we're going to go ahead. I have an extra one of these, and this is what we're going to glue on so I don't accidentally drag it through any sort of ink color that's going to affect the way it looks. But let me tell you guys a little bit of a sneak peek hint of sorts is the card that we're making on the day of my mom's possible Salem trip. It's pretty witchy. I think the people of Salem would appreciate it. And also, I'm looking tonight, I'm looking right now, and this is kind of my philosophy. I'm not a history buff or anything, but I kind of think that the concept of a witch is very feminist to me. I know we've all got our stances on everything, but I kind of think it's something about men with strong women, and that's why the Salem witch trials kind of happened. And I mean, I'm sure there's more to it than that, but I always say rock on to the bad women, the good women, but they're bad witches. That's not what I'm trying to say. I'm trying to make a pun on words, but I applaud any women that are strong like that. I applaud all women. All right, so we've got the trick or treat down. Now what I am going to go ahead and do is I do have an acrylic block that I want to go ahead. I want to place it on top of this. And we're going to kind of just wait for this to kind of adhere to everything. A woman with an opinion, which, right, Lauren? Right? It's absolutely ridiculous to me. And I'm glad that the tip about the tape runner helps you, Barbara. It helps me too. I actually think it helps a lot whenever you are adhering a toner sheet of sorts to something else, because I've noticed sometimes that because the toner sheets, specifically the all black ones, are a little on the thinner side, when you adhere it, you can sometimes see some raised areas that your liquid adhesive may be. So I think that it's a really good idea to use that tape runner to prevent any sort of buckling like that. All right, I'm gonna go ahead, we're gonna clean this space. And while I'm talking with y'all, let me go ahead and reveal what the fourth item in our prize pack is going to be. So I'm going to grab a jar of it. Yes, you did hear me correctly. I did say jar. You're going to be also getting a jar of the Transfer Gel Duo with tonight's prize pack. If you guys are not a Duo user, let me explain a little bit of the saying that goes underneath the Transfer Gel Duo. It says two-way use, heat or no heat. So what's fantastic about Transfer Gel is you don't need to use a laminator heat transfer method or your Mink or anything that you might be using to transfer your foils and flocks. The Transfer Gel Duo does not require that. You can opt for a heat transfer method or you can opt for a pressure transfer method. And what that means is if you got a die cutting machine, you're in luck. So you just apply it over your stencil or however you would like, wait for it to dry. When it dries, there will be a tackiness to it. And then what you'll do is you can do your heat or your pressure transfer method and voila, you've got a fun extra way to transfer those flocks and foils. All right, let's see some comments. Jalissa, that's because a woman with that much confidence and power could be scary to some, so I'm okay being that witch. I'm 100% that witch, you know? Oh, Christian loves the Duo. Christian is another friend that I got to have the pleasure of crafting with this weekend. She's such a sweetheart, too. So happy to see you here, Christian. Welcome, welcome. We've got Teresa. That stuff is the best. I just purchased some of this Duo. It's a fantastic addition. Lauren says, I have this and never used it. Don't we all have things like that in our craft space, Lauren? So it's totally okay. Maybe I'm inspiring you tonight to break out your flocks or foils and use it for the first time. That's exciting. See, Jilly loves it. Barbara loves it. Christian loves it. Cheryl says she loves it. All right. Oh, I love catching up on the comments. I've never used that. It's cool. Just make sure I've used that. It's cool. Just make sure you let it dry. My big boo-boo the first time. I feel like a lot of times we got to try out our things in advance. So let's go ahead. I've got a couple images that I want to use for tonight's live with some iCraft 3D foam tape in white, 1/16 of an inch, and I'm going to cut some up, and I'm using the Simply Celebrate Fall Borders from Lawn Fawn, which is where these adorable candy corn come from, which I had so much fun coloring up. And then I also broke out their brand new Fangtastic Friend Set, which is where this really cute spider and bat comes from. So I just think that they're really awesome. Ooh, it's dry. It's adhering. I'm becoming very happy. You know what? We used to live in a condo building that every once in a while there would be a bat that would be kind of stuck inside. And they were not as cute when you see them in person. But I will say Lawn Fawn has made me think twice about how cute bats are, because this set is one of my most favorite from their release. It's a really good one. I do think that the Snowball Fight mice might be my favorite. So you guys, who knows, you may see that pop up for an upcoming project because their mice are my all-time favorite stamps. But this one is a close second. So let's just add in a little of these foam pieces. All right, so just to recap, so our winner of tonight's live is going to go ahead and win a prize pack of 4 different products. Those 4 prizes are going to be the Orange Glow Transfer Flock by Deco Foil, the Deco Foil Transfer Gel Duo, the colors of choice when it comes to the glitter dust spray, and then finally the black Glitz gel. So a really great selection of ThermOWeb products. We're just going to go ahead. We're going to get this little spider all situated. Now, I do want to go ahead and remind you guys, I believe one of the last Facebook Lives that I did with you, we had introduced some of the brand new products to our website. That being the, the Happy Everything and the Oh Hello lines. Now, those do come in multiple forms on the website. You can get them as a stamp set with dies, which coordinates with the toner card fronts, which also coordinates with the adhesive transfer sheets. So it's a really fun product. If you guys have not checked it out yet, make sure you head on over. My recommendation is definitely start with the stamp set because it comes with those dies, and those dies are intended to be used with both the toner sheet and the adhesive transfer. They work perfectly. And there's also that really cute happy hour cheer set that that just kind of works on its own, but it's super cute. So, all right, let's go ahead. I think we're going to put this onto a card base first, And let's go ahead, we're gonna use, oop, I just kind of knocked it a little bit. Let's use that tape, no, we're gonna use liquid adhesive. This is a brand new bottle. Oop. Just getting it ready onto my toner card, or onto my regular card base. All right, just like that. A brand new bottle of UltraBond adhesive. My old one is finally just about donezo, and I was afraid I was going to come into some sort of an issue with tonight's Facebook Live. So I did go ahead and get that swapped out. So I've gone ahead, I've adhered this. All right. And any of you who are watching tonight that are getting inspired to, I don't know, break into your stash of ThermOWeb products over the next day or two, I wanted to take a moment and remind you we do have our September challenge going on right now that ends on Friday, because Friday is the end of the month, and then we enter my favorite month of the year. We are having a theme of anything ThermOWeb goes. So any product you have or any project you make that uses a visible product from ThermOWeb, go ahead and submit it to our challenge album, because it'll be considered for our drawing. And if memory serves me correct, we are going to be giving away a $30 ThermOWeb gift certificate to shop the website. Who doesn't like shopping? So if you already are working on something, get it into that album before we close the challenge on brain fart Friday, because it's going to be a lot of fun. We've already got some really fun and unique entries, but I always love seeing more. All right, let's go ahead and we'll get this spider all adhered. Let's see some comments. Oh, thank you so much, Cheryl. Yes, I tried with the coloring to go with those highlights and shadows on the candy corn, so it's a really fun effect. I know I always try to color in advance, but you guys are so complimentary of my coloring. I greatly appreciate it. The candy corn would also be a really fun item to use some gel pen accents on, just to give it a little bit of extra highlight. So, right, so we got... Oh, Kelly's best friend got bit by a bat once and had to get a rabies shot. And I had a friend just recently who there was a bat in her apartment, and because of it, she had to get a rabies shot because they thought she was exposed to it. So it was oh yeah, you got to do this. And she said that it's a lot easier to get a preventative rabies shot before something like that happens. So I don't know. I hope it never happens to me. All right. Let's go ahead. Let's finish up with some comments. Oh, Terry was enabled by Jilly. Jan says this candy corn looks real. Thank you so much. Christian says that's an amazing package. Taylor, Jen, so true. Justin has the star colors. You guys are so sweet. Oh, you guys want to try all of these. Lauren says October is the best and her birthday is in it too. So happy early birthday. Christian loves this card. You're so sweet, Christian. Thank you. And then, oh, the bat is cute. You guys are so lovely. All right, so we're all finished with tonight's cards. Like I told you, not as long as usual for my Facebook Lives, and I do know I did a good fair chunk of chatting tonight. Tried to keep up with the comments as best as I could. If I missed your comment that was that I just kind of overlooked it, I appreciate it, and I'm sorry if I missed anything. If you have a question that I might have missed, be sure to drop it again, and I'll be happy to try and get to it as soon as possible. But I want to go ahead. I always like to do a before and after comparison just to see if we did well. I think I replicated this pretty good. This one might be a little more glittery. I probably held my fingers down for a little bit longer. And hey, that's okay. Listen, now I've got 2 in my collection. I can send one of these to one of my crafty friends. And I know they're going to love it, because who doesn't love an extra shimmery and glitzy project from a friend? So, all right. So, all right. Oh my gosh, you guys are all so sweet. Thank you, Cheryl and Lynn and Barbara and Kelly, Barb, Deborah and Carletta. Thank you. Thank you. Oh, thanks, Lauren. And thank you, Christian and Julissa. And I've got my cheerleader, Julia, with the... Look, we'll talk, Lauren. We will talk, Oh, Dawn, you are so, so sweet. Thank you guys so, so much. So, okay, so I think, Julia, I'm going to go ahead and say I am going to begin wrapping up and kind of just going over everything. If you want to go ahead and start looking into who tonight's winner is, that'll be awesome. But let's recap a little bit what we used tonight. So we started by spraying some black cardstock with some gold glitter dust spray. And then what we did, we sprayed it with that, and then we went ahead and put the Woodgrain stencil by Pretty Pink Posh over it for kind of a faux spiderweb effect. And we used some black Glitz gel by Gina K Designs for ThermOWeb over it. Went ahead, set it aside to dry, and got our toner foiled background working. This is the zebra print from the Wild Thing A2 toner card front package, which we foiled with carrot orange foil from Laura Kelly. So we've got that all situated. We went ahead, we ink blended some white latte flock for our Trick or Treat word die by Fawn, and we began to adhere everything together. And of course, we had to add some of the color candy corn from the Simply Celebrate fall set and the spider and bat from the Fangtastic Friends set. So Lauren, you're also our winner. So Lauren won tonight's live. Congratulations, Lauren. So what I'm going to go ahead and do is I'm going to message you after tonight's live and get a little bit of information from you. And we are going to get this prize package on its way. I'll get the information for everything. And so you're going to get to pick which color of the glitter dust you want. And guess what? You're going to get an extra jar of that Transfer Gel Duo. So my recommendation is start breaking into that first jar because it's going to get replenished soon. So you guys are awesome. Oh my gosh. I'm so happy. Today was an absolutely wonderful Facebook Live. I had a lot of fun. This is one of my favorite cards I think that I made this year. I always love adding these Lawn Fawn critters and combining them with my favorite ThermOWeb items. So, all right. So I'll message Lauren after tonight's live. Don't forget, there is a blog post for today's project that I made. So this card, everything I made, we've got a blog post over on the ThermOWeb blog. It's got links to all of those products. I greatly appreciate if you guys shop using any of those links. And yeah, we've got everything all situated. Let me see and catch up. I think I just saw a question come through. Jilly says, how do you use the white toner? And I'm sorry, I apologize. I thought I answered it. And if I didn't, my apologies. We don't actually have, Jilly, anything that is white toner. We just have the toner with the black print on it. So what you would do with that is if you're getting like a toner card base, let me go ahead and grab the package of the Wild Thing toner card fronts. What you would do is you would heat transfer a piece of foil on top of the toner card front, and you would do it with like a laminator on a hot setting, and then the foil would transfer to the black areas. There really is no way to foil onto these white areas. You can there's nothing that foil is going to adhere to. What you could do if you wanted is if you buy the black toner sheets, you can transfer the negative to a black toner sheet and then foil an additional color onto that if you wanted. But you would need that all black toner sheet in order to do so because the white sections of these cards are not, or these toner card fronts are not going to pick up that foil. If Gina has some white toner, I apologize. I didn't catch that live, so I'm unaware with what it is. But yes. If you guys could make sure, maybe you're asking about the Duo. Yeah, and if you are asking about the Duo, Jilly, what that is you would use that kind of over a stencil on a piece of paper, and you would wait for the Duo to dry. The Duo does kind of have a translucency to it when it dries, but once it does dry, you can use a heat transfer method. But I do apologize if that's also not what you're referring to. If you're referring to a white toner, I'm going to have to do a little bit of research. It is possible that Gina K is using a product that's not part of ThermOWeb or something that we do not have yet, which would mean that I'm not fully familiar with it. And I do apologize for that, but I'll do a little bit of research. If I can find any information, I will let you know. So, oh my gosh, thank you. No, she said ThermOWeb has it. Maybe it's the Deco or the Transfer Gel Blanco, because that's used the exact same way as the Duo, like over a stencil. And when the Blanco dries, it is absolutely white. But I don't think we have a white toner. We do have a foil that I believe is by Maker Forte that is white. Let me see if I can find that one. We do have the Snowy Day transfer sheets, but I don't think this is considered a toner. This is more of like in the realm of a foil. So I don't know if that's what we're talking about. Julie, I'll have to research. I didn't see your live last night. However, we don't offer a white toner is black. Yes, that's kind of where I was under the assumption as well. I mean, we have a couple white products, like I said, the Snow Day transfer sheets by Maker Forte, or you can transfer using the negative, or one of the gels, which is the Duo and the Blanco. I'm just not familiar with anything beyond that, so I do apologize. I'm going to go ahead, though. We're going to go ahead and get this all logged off, and oh my gosh, thank you so much. Amanda here is here. You're so sweet, Amanda. I'm just going ahead and getting this closed out, but I promise we will have a replay available, both to watch in the group and then also to use in on our YouTube channel as well. Dawn says, Gina shared clear designer toner sheets in printable. Looks white but clear for making shaker card windows. Oh, well, if it's the clear ones, I know we have those on the website as well. And I know that there are some ThermOWeb ones. I don't know which ones we also have in stock, but there are also some Brutus Monroe ones as well that you can get like a white and a clear pack. It's just you're not going to be able to foil anything. You're not going to foil the white sections. The toner, it will only transfer to the toner. But yeah, we have those in our shop as well. Don, you're a lifesaver. Thank you so much. All right. So let's go ahead. Let's get tonight all closed out. This is an absolutely wonderful Facebook Live, and I appreciate all of your questions. I always say, first and foremost, of course, we're here to have fun. But second, I want to just educate you guys if there's anything with our products that you might have questions on, or something that you want to see used that might be a little different than you're used to. Once again, my name is Justin Adkins. I was helped tonight in so much help by Julia. So I do want to say thank you so much, Julia, for helping with everything. If you guys haven't checked out the blog to see which products and go ahead and shop tonight's Facebook Live products, go on over ahead and do so. Lauren, congratulations once again for winning tonight's live. I'm going to reach out to you real soon, and we're going to get this prize all situated for you. Thank you guys so very much for being here. I'm looking forward to our very special National Card Making Day live on Saturday at 1 p.m. Central Time. Don't forget, and I will see you there. We're going to have lots and lots of fun. Thank you guys so much. Thank you, Lauren. Thank you, Barb. Thank you, Christian and Julissa and Carletta. Oh, and Julia, thank you again. You're absolutely wonderful. And I always love you being there to help whenever I need it. So have a wonderful live, everybody. I'm going to catch you guys on Saturday.